fintech and AI company offering personalized financial advice and financial awareness for consumers all in one place. Hi, welcome to another exciting conversation on Follow Startups. I'm your host Ankita Bhava, and today we have the pleasure of speaking with Abhinav Nayar, the founder and CEO of Mool. With a passion for financial intelligence and an exceptionally user friendly design, Mool has been established with a simple yet powerful purpose to advise the world's largest cohort of new savers and guide every Indian to a fuller life. So, Abhinav is here to share his journey, insights, and the innovative solutions Mool offers. Hi, Abhinav. Welcome to Follow Startups.
Hi, Ankita. It's a pleasure to join you.
It's a delight to have you here, Abhinav. So, before we jump into the Anmol world of Mool, could you share a bit about your background and the light bulb moment along the way that led you to found Mool?
So I'm the first founder or somebody who started a business in my family. Everybody else in my family are doctors. You know, both my parents and my sister also became a doctor, and I would, so growing up, my vision of people and adults working was always watching my parents in the clinic and meeting patients, and their patients would describe to them what problems that they're facing, and then as you know, being their doctors, they would get their advice about which would always be in a holistic sense, right? And I think the way that people trust their doctors, they should also be able to trust their financial advisors. And in India, there really isn't an opportunity for everybody to have that experience, right? Money is hard and confusing and oftentimes emotional. And there should be somebody that you can trust who can guide you so that you can use your money well, you can use your power and agency in this world and curate and create the life that you want and deserve. So that's why we started Mool. Um, and it's an experience that I went through personally myself. You know, when I was in my mid 20s, we lost my father really suddenly, and I didn't know anything about money at the time, and had to learn it all by myself by figuring out what kinds of statements are available from which financial institutions, mutual fund क्या होता है, ULIP क्या होती है, insurance का पैसा कैसे वापस
Yeah.
मिलता है, and realize that that process is way too hard for most people to navigate. And in an era of digital India, and it's time to, it was really time to change that. And we've been doing that for about 3 years now.
100%. Thank you so much for sharing that, Abhinav. So now coming to business, paint us a picture of what Mool is and how the platform helps users manage their finances in real time and make comprehensive financial plans.
Absolutely. Look, the first step is getting control of your own data, right? If I asked you, how much you spent on getting food delivered to your house over the past year, you wouldn't have, whether the number is high or low, you wouldn't really know, right? And information is control. So the first thing that you do on Mool is through an RBI regulated process, are able to get all your data from directly from banks, from mutual fund companies, from demat accounts, and everywhere else that your money resides into the Mool application, right? It's not shared with anybody. It's made available only so that you can see it. And then we start showing you patterns, right? How much are you spending typically every month? How does that line up with your income? If you kept doing financially what you're doing, what would the result be, in a year's time, in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time? Are you on track to retire early or to be able to buy your own home, to be able to plan for a kid? These are the kinds of questions that Mool users can start asking. And we've got a great implementation of AI on our application as well. There's a character called Birbal who is known culturally as a trusted advisor. And you can just talk to Birbal in one of 16 Indian languages about any question about money, career, life, whatever you need information and clarity on, and get an instant answer, right? So there are three things that users do on Mool. They get control of their financial data. They're able to understand where they're headed. They're able to create complete financial plans until the age of 100. They're able to manage the month and get responsible, trusted answers on any question that's on their minds.
So, Abhinav, in what ways has Mool managed to differentiate it from other financial advisory platforms that are available today?
I think first, there aren't nearly enough financial advisory platforms as there should be. We've seen a lot of investment apps, right? And then gradually we saw a lot of trading apps come up. But for the average investor today, the question is not what stock they need to buy or sell,
Hmm.
right? The question is, what is their financial plan? What is the net worth that they're going to have at age 25, 35, 45, 95,
Yeah.
right? And I think taking that perspective is a unique and original approach that Mool has pioneered. And then basis that making simple investments, right? Realizing that time in the market beats timing the market.
Hmm.
You don't need to trade stocks and take unnecessary risks as long as you um, hold a good portfolio, right? That gives you the right balance of risk and return, can compound your wealth over the long term. That's what 95% of people need. And that's what we enable and make possible, so that you're not just buying a mutual fund or investing in a stock, you're fulfilling a life goal of yours. And investments are just a means to that.
So, speaking of your target audience, if you had to describe who uses Mool, who do you cater to? How would you do that in two, three lines?
We see all kinds of users. So we acquire all of our users digitally. They discover us, through an ad on Facebook or on Instagram or somewhere else. Install our app and then get guided through the process of becoming a Mool customer. And um, there are about four different personas that we see constellating on Mool, and we've actually used that pattern to cater to those personas and help people self-select and choose their own plan. So on Mool, we see rising stars who are young professionals straight out of college or high school, eager to start working, or in the first couple of years of a job, are tremendously ambitious and just need some direction, right? So that they have a stronger personal sense of self and know where they're headed. The second category of people that we see are what we call a power couple, who are couples in a serious relationship or in the early years of a marriage and are learning to navigate their finances together. Um, a third persona is, and this is the one that I'm in, is what we call sleepy dreamers, which are families with toddlers or kids, right? And you're constantly sleep deprived. You're taking care of your parents who are getting older. You've got a really young kid in the house. You have all these family expenses. You may have just gotten to that age where you're becoming a homeowner. There are a whole set of financial priorities that open up, right? And lastly, we see a lot of people who are in their late, I would say early 50s to late 60s, uh, who are really open-minded, who are keen to use apps, who have waited for quality financial advice all their life and are now finally finding it, seeing it, and engaging with us on Mool to make sure that they have secure income through their retirement years.
So how many users do you have to date today?
We support about 2 lakh users every month. We've acquired about 5 lakhs since we started.
Hmm.
We're a, our app is a work in progress, and I think by the end of the year, we'll be really excited to have at least 10 lakh monthly active users who are engaging with us, sharing their financial data, chatting with our AI, getting answers to what they need, creating financial plans, and more.
That's great. So Abhinav, I understand that in addition to Mool, you've also developed something called Moonlight, which is a document intelligence platform for enterprises. So could you explain to our audience how Moonlight works and what specific problems it solves for businesses?
Starting a second company was a big decision, but I feel like after 3 years of running Mool, and which I'm still really passionate about, and we have a really committed team that operates it day to day. Um, I'm also excited about this second company, which is called Moonlight, which I think is going to be one of the most exciting startups of 2024. What we do at Moonlight is we're reinventing word processing. Now that doesn't sound very snappy, but if you think about it, who doesn't use Microsoft Word,
Yeah.
right? And these tools were created more than 20 plus years ago, right? And they haven't changed since. With Moonlight, you can create complete business documents, whatever you're doing at work, in seconds, minutes at most, instead of weeks and months. So with Moonlight, we're helping companies like investment management companies, consulting firms, strategy teams at corporate, senior corporate management teams, investor relations teams, everybody who needs to create a strategic, factual, well-produced document um, by streaming in commanded language instead of writing it one word at a time.
Could you share the names of some of these organizations that uses Moonlight?
So Moonlight is in private beta right now,
Okay.
where we have 5 different clients, one in private equity, one in mutual fund industry, and a boutique consulting firm, and a small cap company that's currently using Moonlight. We're excited to make it publicly available by the end of next week, certainly by the middle of this month, and be able to serve users around the world. As long as you have, uh, a passion for creating, putting good ideas and creating good documents. And I personally really believe that good documents can change the world.
Yeah.
Um, and no matter where you are, you'll be able to just put your credit card down on file, start a free trial of Moonlight, and experience what the future of knowledge work is going to look like.
So are both of these products, Mool and Moonlight, are they primarily focused on the Indian market, or do you have plans to take them globally?
So I think with Mool, we're really focused on the India market, right?
Hmm.
I think the I think there are about 150 million people who are part of India's emerging middle class who have real disposable income and genuinely need financial advice. And I want to make sure that we do the best job of serving them before we look internationally. With Moonlight, we want to be able to cater to knowledge workers wherever they are, right? Whether you're trying to write a business plan for your first startup, or you're a investment banker helping somebody buy a company, or you're a research analyst trying to know, trying to create a good investment portfolio. All of these things you can do on Moonlight.
And where's your office? Where's the heart of Mool operations located?
So the heart of Mool is here in Gurgaon. We're really close to Cyber City. We have an office that we own that we've recently moved into. It's built exactly the way that we wanted it to, and I think this is going to be our home for the next couple of years at least.
So, Abhinav, let's delve into the financial side of Mool a little bit. So, give us some
Sure.
insights into your revenue model, and I'm particularly curious about the pricing strategy that you have set in place for all the services and how it varies for different groups.
Yeah, so let's talk about Mool first. Our our mission at Mool is to give you the best value at a price that you shouldn't even have to care about, right? So all of our revenue comes from subscriptions that Mool users purchase on the Mool app, and our subscriptions start from 94 rupees a month, right? So for the price of a chai in Gurgaon, you can have your entire financial life taken care of. And as we cater to different personas, whether they're rising stars or power couples or legacy builders, we have opportunities to provide an extended feature set and increase that price slightly. We we also encourage our users to buy a subscription 6 months at a time. That's what SEBI allows us to do, to be able to accept a fixed fee from our clients 6 months in advance. And when people do that, then we find that it has better financial outcomes for them. And so we deeply discount longer term subscription purchases as well. And that's the only way that we make money on Mool, right? It's the customer
Okay.
paying us. We don't get any commissions from the transactions that you do. We don't charge you any transaction fees. We don't sell your data. We don't try to advertise anything to you. Um, as long as you're getting value on Mool and you're willing to pay a licensed, regulated company for the value that you're getting, that's our relationship. We only work for our customers.
That's impressive. And besides that, are there any particular business numbers or any business metrics that you are very proud of and would like to share with our audience?
Well, we're on track to break even this quarter. Um, we've spent a little over $1 million in the 3 years that since inception. This is not the usual way to build a consumer fintech company, where the path has been for founders to raise a lot of money, burn a lot of money in very aggressive growth strategies, and then struggle with monetization. Our approach has been to make sure that we build a product that people love, to grow it only when we're ready to experiment with a new feature and improve our product funnels, um, and to do that in a way that we've carefully achieved product market fit, and have done so in a way where within this quarter or next, uh, we will be profitable on a PAT basis, not like a, for people who follow this stuff, not like a CM2 CM1 kind of profitability, but becoming fully profitable. That's our outlook and goal for this year.
Great. And speaking of which, what kind of support have you gotten in terms of funding so far? Who are your investors?
So we have been really really lucky and privileged to have attracted the support of some of the most well-known families in the Indian technology sector. Uh, so the Nilekani family, for example, was our first investor. We've raised money from the Patni family as well. We've also raised money from institutional investors and accelerators like IIM Ahmedabad Ventures, as well as a couple of angels who've been working in financial services or fintech for the last 20 years.
So when was the last
And
round?
we've raised money periodically since being incorporated.
Hmm.
And we've also put in a substantial amount of our own savings
Hmm.
into the company, right? As promoters, we are as much of a financial investor in this company as any of our investors.
And are you looking to raise further? Any plans?
Yeah, I think now that we've established strong product market fit, we've got great retention numbers, we've got a monetization avenue. It makes sense to raise money to
Yeah.
get this from 2 lakh monthly active users to 20 lakh monthly active users within the next year or two, right? And that's going to need new financial partners. And so we are actively fundraising at the moment.
Hmm. Well, now at this point, you're on a great trajectory. And as we stand in the present, where would you position Mool in terms of its current stage of growth?
I would describe Mool as a really promising pre-Series A company.
Okay.
Um, I think uh, I try not to sort of oversell our, where we are, and given that I'm a, not just the promoter but also financial investor in the company, I try to look at it as objectively as I can. I would say that Mool is a company with a Mool is the first digital RIA that is a licensed entity that uh, acquires customers as inexpensively as anyone, providing them financial services that show 50% month on month retention, um, and increasing monetization, and is just on the precipice for a wave of growth,
Hmm.
right? I think we should be able to um, I think we should be able to roughly increase our balance sheet by about 4 to 5 times in like a 24-month period.
That's good. So, are you leading Mool solo or do you have a co-founder alongside?
I have several co-founders.
We'd like to be
I don't
introduced
have.
to them.
Yeah, we've got Nitin Shukla, who's been a partner to me from the very beginning. He's run a startup of his own. He's been the director of engineering and been a product leader at multiple Series B, Series C fintech companies before joining hands together on Mool. I've also had the benefit of knowing him for about 15 plus years. Um, in addition, we've got Arpit Jain, who really leads a lot of our technology and is somebody that heads up our engineering team and efforts. Uh, we've got a designer that's been with us since he graduated uh, from design college, and is behind all the great artwork and the achievements that we have in a differentiated UX and UI at Mool. So I consider all of uh, the senior members of our team, including, by the way, our principal officer, who makes sure that we're always a SEBI compliant company when serving our clients in their best interest. So I consider all of our management team, and we're not a very large, we're a small enough team that we can all sit around one large table, and I would count many of them as co-founders. With regards uh, to the company, my wife and I are the sole promoters. So we incorporated the company. We've put our own money in it. We've attracted other financial partners and friends to build this with us, and that's how things are going at Mool. With Moonlight, we are just getting out of a phase of a really rapid, you know, eye-opening product development. I mean, just from when we started last October to now, I think the generative AI landscape has changed so much. And because we've been working focusedly on it, we've been able to be as at the tip of the spear as companies that are already valued at $1 billion, right, in terms of real technical capabilities. And I'm really excited for Moonlight to debut, for more people to try it, and for uh, a couple million people over the next 2 years to save about half the time that they spend at work, and do some of their most strategic work on Moonlight. Um, for Moonlight, I'm also proud that we've focused on quality,
Hmm.
like quality of the document that gets generated. It's really built for serious work. It's not for uh, churning out SEO content at scale, or sending people fake personalized sales reminders.
Yeah.
Um, it's for serious research and analysis that represents a real idea, and we want to help people turn those facts into some kind of narrative impact that emboldens them to go make a decision and build some followership.
Okay, great. So, Abhinav, with you and all the co-founders that you have, what's your total team strength and how are the roles divided within the organization? Give me some insights on the dynamics and the team structure.
I think that the team structure is informed a little bit by my experiences in college. In college, I went to college in the US in a liberal arts kind of system where you can study a little bit of everything, and I ended up majoring in philosophy, politics, and economics. Um, and the whole point of the degree was that when you bring different perspectives and disciplines together, then you're able to see more than if you were trained in only one discipline, right? And that, I think, is the spirit of the Mool team as well. In between just uh, 16 people, right? We've got product heads, we've got engineers working on a couple of different tech stacks. Uh, we've got uh, we've got designers focusing on UX research, on UI. We've got you know, people championing growth as a product manager. We also have no managers, right? We have a really non-hierarchical system, but which is still guided by concrete processes and a certain way and culture of doing things, so that things are always predictable and you can rely on other people. Um, but when people come in, AI engineer is sitting across from a designer who is sitting across from a financial analyst. That's when the most interesting and creative kinds of ideas take shape.
So, Abhinav, keeping in mind that we'll be promoting this video to large enterprises, investors, tech giants, and a broader ecosystem, is there anything specific that you would like to put down that could help you find any external assistance that you are looking for? Consider this as your call for support.
Thank you for the opportunity. What I would say that if you are a business leader who is thinking about AI, who may have tried ChatGPT, but you're not sure how is this really going to move the needle for my business, there's one company that you should speak to immediately, and that's Moonlight. You can write to me at abhinav@mool.one. We work relentlessly for our early adopters and clients, building every customization that you need that fits to your workflow, and make sure that your team does about twice as much in a week than it otherwise would.
Well, I'll be eagerly waiting to hear about your next milestones right here on Follow Startups. And before we end this, Abhinav, let's do a quick rapid fire round. I've prepared 5 questions. So, are you ready?
Absolutely. Let's do
Okay.
it.
Okay. So, question number one: a book or a podcast that you would like to recommend that has greatly influenced your career.
I Do What I Do by Raghuram Rajan,
Uh,
which is just a collection of his essays and writings over his years as RBI governor. I
that
don't know why I thought of that book, but I really enjoyed reading it.
that's a good one. Okay. Question number two: which productivity tool or app do you find most helpful in your daily work?
Moonlight.
Great. Okay, that's good marketing.
I open it more than any other app these days, and I've had it only for about a month now.
That's amazing. Okay, question number three. A fun fact about you that most people don't know yet.
When I was growing up in our house, my mom, who's a gynecologist, would actually have an OT that was right next to our dining room. So as a kid, I would hear a woman in labor, and then a baby cry, and then see my mom come back and check on me as whether I was doing my homework or finishing dinner. I think that was an interesting home environment to grow up in.
Yeah, absolutely. That's sweet. Okay, question number four. What is your favorite quotation or mantra that you live by? Any quote that you like?
Be the change you want to see, right? I think a lot of ambitious people think about how they can change the world, but
Yeah,
the more that you focus that energy inwards and remember that life is not happening to you but coming through you, the better a human being you will be.
that's a good one. Okay, and last but not the least, what's your one wish for Mool and Moonlight that you hope comes true in the near future?
I think I hope and pray and live for the fact that that we can improve and increase the agency that millions of people are facing. That this you know the confusion of the modern world, the threat of AI and job displacement, and a lot of people coming out from traditional backgrounds and not knowing how to live and work in cities, that we're able to ease that pain, that we're able to equip people with the tools that they need to navigate their own personal lives well. And then when they go to work, they're not doing boring things. They're able
Yeah.
to utilize the best of their mental faculties and have a positive relationship with technology.
And here's to Mool, leading the charge in empowering everyone to be good with money. All the very best, Abhinav, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me, Ankita. This was really great.
So, if you'd like to stay updated with the latest developments and business insights at Mool and Moonlight, you can follow their channel on follow.us/startups. And to feature your startup, you can reach out to me at ankita.pahwa@follow.us. And we'll see you in the next episode.